volume's all right. Seems like it is. All right. I haven't streamed Legends in like a month at this point, so this is going to be the first stream back. If you're watching on YouTube, thank you for clicking on the video. If you're watching on Twitch, which nobody is right now, thanks for showing up. Anyway, I figured that I'd get right into it and just go ahead and explain the deck list for you. So this is called Charcher. It's similar to, I have a deck called Gerard, and that's a combination of Drain and Ward. This is Charcher, so it's a combination of Charge and Archer. So I have things like the Nord Firebrand here. This is just very simple poke right here. Bandari Opportunist, this is our source of draw. Pretty much every card in this deck has charge though, except there's a few. Fighters Guild Recruit does not. Spoils of War is the only action in the deck, and Mundus Stone's the only support. Other than that, everything should be getting charge. Um, the main thing that I wanted to do with this deck is get Illusory Mimic to have charge, drain, and lethal, um, which is why I have stuff like the Clockwork Scorpion, the Sanctuary Pet, and the Fighters Guild Recruit. Forgot to mention Sanctuary Pet before. But yeah, so Illusory Mimic, if anyone doesn't know, gains all keywords that the top 3 cards of your deck have. That is why I tried to limit the actions and supports just extraordinarily skim. I wanted to have 50 creatures, but honestly, I needed to throw a little bit more in here to make this kind of viable or sustainable because without any real draw power, it's hard to prolong a game, especially when you're just charging into your opponent um, crazily. It doesn't always work out every time for you. So some of the fun cards in this list outside of Illusory Mimic are Shadow Mirror. Shadow Mirror, shuffle Shadow Mirror into your deck, give it +3/+3, and increase its cost by 3. I have won many games just by top decking a Shadow Mirror that's like uh, 4/4. So Shadow Mirror is really fun. It doesn't always work out the most consistently because sometimes you won't find it for a long time, but other times it's like your Shadow Mirror will die and then you'll get it back the next turn. So it's really just it's a luck-based thing. Mundus Stone, I genuinely don't like this card. But since I'm trying to get charge to go off, I wanted to throw a Mundus Stone in here. I figured it gave our Illusory Mimic a little bit of extra oomph. If we could roll like Guard on this thing or Ward, basically turn it into a little mini version of Dagoth Ur, I thought that was fun. So that's why Mundus Stone is here. Again, not really a big fan of this card. I think it adds way too much RNG to the game, but it is what it is. Um, Razum Dar. Draw a copy of the first card your opponent draws each turn. Ideally with Razumdar, since this means each turn, it also means it can be your turn or your opponent's turn. So you ideally throw Raz down and you break a rune that turn, and then you draw the card that your opponent drew from getting their rune broken. And then at the start of the next turn, if Raz survives, you get another card after that. So you get 2 cards for playing a 7-cost creature with charge. Um, Essentially 2 cards for a lightning bolt because he deals 4 damage. So pretty good value. And then Tazcad is my highest cost card. Sorry, my dog is wanting out of my room, so I'll be right back. And you know what's fun about that is that he'll be back. He loves to leave my room and then come back in. Anyway, Tazcad, Breakthrough, Charge, Last Gasp, summon a 4/4 Durzog. Tazcad is the highest that we go in this deck. The 6/6 is a pretty decent stat line, but really everything post Cliff Racer has above. Well, this Clockwork Scorpion doesn't have charge, but all of our charge creatures post Cliff Racer have 4 damage or higher. So all this stuff is going to be really big once we reach the magic account to be able to throw down Swiftwing Dragons and Tazcad. We should be dealing a ton of damage to our opponent. Our curve is kind of nasty here. We have a lot of 4-drops. So a lot of times what happens when you'll play this deck is you'll get like 2 Zivali Warlords and a Cliff Racer in your first starting hand, and it's kind of rough. But you tend to be able to draw at least something because we do have 3 0 costs, um, 4 1 costs, 3 2 costs. Like there's a lot of other cards to pull from that aren't at this 4 slot. Unfortunately, there's what 9 + 5 is 14. There's 18 cards this way, and there's 7 plus 12, 19 cards this way, so it's an equal chance of getting either or, essentially, almost equal. Um, so you just want to look out for that curve a little bit, but yeah, pretty much we're just trying to get Illusory Mimic out and have a little bit of fun with that with this deck. This deck has worked for me for the most part. If we go over here, um, I tried playing a few games of my Hlalu deck, kind of worked out. But yeah, I haven't really been playing Legends a whole lot this month, but Charcher right here is at a 100% win rate after I fixed some of the cards in there. So we'll see how it does on the ladder, and I don't know, hope to get some wins at least some interesting matches. Also, since this was recorded live, I didn't get the chance to ask you guys my question, but I wanted to know what your favorite multicolored card is. All right, see you in the video. All right, we're up against Assassino or Assassino, something like that. Right out the gate, we actually have a really nice opening hand. Yeah, very decent. Okay, I'm going to start out with the Bandari. I'm going to hope that he can't answer that for at least a few more turns, because I want to get some stuff in my deck that can actually draw cards. And it looks like he doesn't necessarily have an answer for that. Since he's in Dominion colors, I know that he can't silence this. Unless he has like a, what's that card? Moment of Clarity or anything of that nature. Okay, so this isn't good to be over here. This tells me he's on some kind of token deck, and we're about to get a big influx of little creatures. Hmm. Okay, so actually it's not that bad. The good part about running a deck that's all charge creatures is you're always able to hit something. Okay, and yeah, so that doesn't really keep that alive. I'm gonna giant bat into that, I think. The Candlehearth Brawler is way more valuable to me than the giant bat is. Uh, if anyone has never run with Candlehearth Brawler, it's actually a really well statted guard. The 2/5 it's almost the golden ratio for creatures, um, which I actually don't want to break his rune. I'm going to take the opportunity while there's no creatures on board. Okay, now I will break his rune. I'm just going to take that opportunity to draw first. But yeah, the golden ratio, for anyone that doesn't I instinctively know what I'm talking about, I would say is 3/5 or higher for health, because when you're at 3 attack in this game, you get out of the range of Arrow Storm and Execute, and then when you're at 5 health, you're out of the range of Lightning Bolt. Um, 3 health also does not meet the requirements for Fell the Mighty. Other hard removal works, though, but that's the ideal spot to sit at, I think. He's at 5 cards. He just put his Divine Fervor down. Can I maximize? I'm thinking about my turn for next turn and what that looks like. I think it might be Battle Rage Orc Cliff Racer next turn. So for now, it's just Cliff Racer, and then we'll try to see if we can do something with that. If he has like Imperial Reinforcements or something, it's not too big of an issue actually. This guy's kind of on just a fun deck. Unfortunately, fun decks are usually squashed pretty easily by aggro decks. Hmm. Okay. Well, I think we play the Spoils of War now. There's our Shadow Mirror. I'm going to use the 4 Magicka that I've got and hit him with Shadow Mirror. The sooner that this dies, the sooner we can get a 7/7 version in the deck, which would be pretty cool. And I wish I'd been keeping track of how many times I've hit him with Bandari Opportunist, but Okay, see, that's fine. I want to say that it's been 3 or 4 times, so there's another one. Whenever you've got a Bandari Opportunist, it's always smart to swing first with the one that's on the board. That way you shuffle another one in, so that way you can maybe potentially draw another one. And you see my point. Oh, and here's Spoils of War. Okay, there's the 7/7. There's the Illusory Mimic. I find it... I, I don't know if we live in a world where we don't win this match at this point. It's going to go full aggro. We'll see what he has to say about that. Can't believe I drew 4 in a row. It's crazy. Hey, Cunning Ally procced for him. That's kind of good. Yeah, unfortunately, for a deck like this that he's playing, if you don't have guards, you're going to lose against Charcher every time. It's pretty good. I don't know if it's more fun to play the Shadow Mirror or the Mimic here. Got a lot of different ways to get lethal here, though. I think because that's kind of the point of the deck, I'm going to show you guys what Illusory Mimic can do. So you lay it down. It's essentially, it looks like it got a Candlehearth Brawler, and then probably a bunch of the Bandari Opportunists. But it's essentially a Swiftwing Dragon for 2 cost less, and it'll instantly break a rune too. So it's honestly a really good card, especially when you pair it in a keyword heavy deck like this. So we'll jump into it again. So far, 100% win rate. We're up against Alex. No, not Alex. Alexejos. Alexejos, something like that. Something of that sort. Okay. I don't want the Cliff Racer yet. I might keep the Rampaging Minotaur, but I'm going to throw the Fighters Guild Recruit back. Ooh, see, this is not a good hand. I threw the Recruit back because I like it more as a prophecy than playing it down on turn 2. So maybe that will come back to help us later, but okay, well, or it'll come back right now. Maybe it's a sign that I should have kept it. It is a pretty good play against Oldgate Warden. There's Razum Dar too, so we'll get to have a little bit of fun with him, hopefully. The ideal cards for Mimic to proc off of would be like Candlehearth Brawler, uh, Clockwork Scorpion, and then maybe Rampaging Minotaur. That way it could get Breakthrough, Charge, Guard, Drain, and Lethal. Okay, and he's on Fighters Guild Hall. I'm gonna get out my Rampaging Minotaur first. It opens the door for me to use another Minotaur next turn as well. Potentially apply 6 damage to something. Okay. That's a really cool synergy. I've never seen anyone do that. Well, that sucks. Swing like that. Oh, wait. Oh, when it takes damage on your turn. Okay, I misread that. I do know what that card does, though, I promise. Okay, so we've actually got a pretty decent lane going on. He is on Daggerfall, so there could potentially be an Ice Storm in his deck, especially when he's running something like Fighters Guild Hall. Craven Conscript. Okay, we're going to swing first with our Bandari. Then we'll go with this. Then we'll go with this. Then we'll go with this. And I think I'll ring out my Mimic. We'll see what it gets. Just charge. Okay, that's fine. So now he's down to 14 health. We are at 30. There are no items in these colors that can give you drain? I don't think so. I'm not super worried about anything. He's going to apply that. And I don't think we have a whole lot to worry about. He'll hit something, one of these three, maybe? No? Okay, never mind. I thought he was going to do that to ensure that his Craven Conscript got a +4 for damage, but yeah, he did not do that. And now we've got 6 damage over here, 7 plus 4 is 11, or no, I can only do +4. Well, let's try it like this. So we can get our spoils down to 1, so Raz, then again, this is the last chance for Raz. I think I'm just going to throw Raz down, because it's kind of fun. And then we can spoils. Craven Conscript does not help me, but yeah, so that should be another game in the bag. It's kind of an unstoppable deck once it really gets going. Fighters Guild Hall is a really fun card. I'm going to have to make a video on it at some point. Okay, and he is kind of just going to let me win here, so good game. Okay, we're up against Tony PN, the Aldmeri Dominion Ambassador. Spoils with these low-cost creatures could be pretty good and give me an upper hand against whatever he's doing early. I think I'll keep this just to showcase what maybe a suboptimal hand looks like in this deck. Not super worried about like my win-loss ratio at this point. Doesn't really matter. I'm just trying to have fun, showcase this deck. So, ooh, I love that card. I actually don't have a good way to stop that in this deck too. Yeah, I'll throw my Firebrand down immediately. I could have thrown Shadowmere down. I actually should have thrown Shadowmere down. Because then I could have gotten spoils activated on turn 2. But I wasn't really thinking. Our opponent is on Guildsworn with a 75 card deck, so that's cool. I always prefer to run the bare minimum. I don't like to like chock my decks full of 100 cards and whatnot. It's just not my playstyle. Okay. Shadowmere. No, at this point... Okay, I don't need the drain. At this point, I'm going to get a Battle Rage Orc down. Just so that way, if he tries anything else over here, maybe I can handle it. And he found a what? He found a support. That could be the Divine Fervor special. Ooh, okay. Underworld Vigilante does deal with that pretty effectively. We'll hit him like this. Spoils. So Underworld Vigilante is going to be our friend here. I don't want to waste another ring charge just on getting Shadowmere out. But I do want to deal with this with Underworld Vigilante. He's going to give one of his dragons charge. Okay, that's Feed is kind of a, or Devour is kind of a rough card. It needs an item and an action. I feel like those are pretty common things to see. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to punch him in the face. I'm doing that because if that was an action or an item, it now no longer counts for the Ratway Prospector because Treasure Hunt has to be on his turn. So I want to get a creature here, Underworld Vigilante, and then I want to hit him in the face with the Underworld Vigilante. Okay, this is not working out well. Um, the reason that I wanted to do all that though is because I want my Underworld Vigilante to be able to just aggro him right in the face. But it's going to be tough, and if that's an Elixir of Vitality that he's got, we're going to have a big problem. So I think I'll just kill this. Play the Bandari over here. Yep, playing the Bandari there so he'll swing into it, then I can Underworld Shadow Mirror. Okay, so we can finally get rid of this thing. Good. Good, good, good. And what I actually need to do here, I would love to hit him in the face more, but I need to take out one of these. Now I'm worried about the support that he's got being Elixir of Vitality, because I don't want him. It just seems like that's his whole game plan, and I want to disrupt that as much as I can. So I'm worried about Elixir of Vitality because I can't really fight against that very well. If it's something like Wabbajack or Orb or Goldbrand, that's also not good for me, but say Goldbrand is probably okay because we're just trying to get our creatures on board to smack him once. And I have to hit the creature there because it's got Drain and it's sustaining his life. Memory Wraith. Ooh, the guard there is really good. But here's kind of an example of Nord Firebrand being useful. And do I have... Oh, I can't check my discard pile anymore because he memory wraithed me. Okay, so he is on the guard game for sure. I'm gonna hit him with a bunch of my little stuff, try to hide the fact that I have a Swiftwing Dragon. Because if he doesn't know about the dragon, okay, he might, yeah, whatever he gets here, he can't play it. I don't think it's even possible with my deck for him to draw something with less than 2 cost. He's got the Blood Pact Messenger though. Okay, so that's fine. We'll hit him like that. He hasn't rolled Drain yet, so that's cool. And I'm starting to doubt that he has anything that can really deal with this. I'm going to keep the Swiftwing as my trump card on him. And I'm putting the Scorpion over here, that way it can kill anything that rolls guard with his Mundus Stone. I would prefer if he started hitting me a little bit more. We know he's got some kind of charge creature. It would almost be a statistical improbability that he has something other than a charge guy. Unless he took his own creature. But I think my opponent is doing some mental math right now. Oh, he's got Mirac. With charge. Okay. Yeah. Not too shabby. Good game. We rolled the Mundus Stone too. That's not ideal. But there we go. It's another win in the bag. Okay. Khajiit Guest. I'm always the most afraid of the people with just Guest. People that don't have an account. Although an absolutely hilarious name for your account would be Khajiit Guest. um, this hand is not my favorite thing in the world. I would love to keep Illusory Mimic, and I would love to keep the Warlord. I don't know if I can keep them both. Shadowmere is definitely a card I'm going to keep. I don't know if I can keep both of them, though. But you know what? I will. Ooh, okay. Well, there's the Mimic anyway. I'd prefer to use Shadowmere to kill his, not that. What's that card? That, that card, it has Pilfer, and every time that it hits your face, it gains 1/1 and a keyword. I want to use Shadowmere to kill that when it shows up. If it shows up. There's Execute. Okay, I could actually see myself getting overwhelmed here. This looks like another token type deck. Thieves' Den. My old nemesis. Okay, so we're kind of on cleanup duty now for him. Fortunately enough, though, I have a card that can deal with this, and I'm not too worried about this guy. You know, kind of a little bit, but I can Fighters Guild Recruit, block him off maybe. We know he does run Execute, so maybe it's just a DPS race at this point. Rampaging Minotaur takes 4 damage off the board and deals 1 to his face. I'm kind of into that. We've only got 4 prophecies, or 3 prophecies in the deck, and one of them's gone, so Fighters Guild Recruit here is going to have to be my savior. And I'm totally going to kill that thing. There's no world where that survives. So I've been thinking about Mimic. Gains all keywords that the top 3 cards, not creatures, so cards. There is a possibility that this thing hits my Mundus Stone and my 3 Spoils of War. That is definitely possible. Thankfully, we don't live in that world right now, so we're killing that. Now he's down. We're tied at 22 health. Okay. We'll do Battle Rage. And Rampaging. I'm actually going to take it a little bit slower here. I feel like just smashing him in the face over and over again, probably not good for my health. In this instance, because Thieves' Den is a super cool and balanced card. Yeah, alright. Okay, is there a way to make it out of this alive? I think I need more magic than I've got. Let's see what our Mimic gets. We haven't drawn any of our Drain creatures yet. Granted, we still have 38 cards in the deck, but it's possible to get... You know, it's possible, but not likely. I think we need to kill that, and I'll keep my Nord Firebrand for something else in the future. If we can just keep doing breakthrough damage to him little by little and chipping away, that'll be good. Unfortunately, he's getting harder and harder to kill. And he's got a Bandari Opportunist of his own. Okay, Candlehearth might help here. Candlehearth actually does help quite a bit. And then... yeah, okay. We kill this guy for sure. Hopefully he doesn't have a Javelin in hand right now. Okay, that needs to die. Uh, hmm, that really needs to go. Like, very, very badly. Okay, kill this. Warlord. Wait. I think that's the only way that makes sense here. If he gets a Master of Thieves, I'm screwed. If he gets a Javelin, I'm screwed. Manticora, I'm screwed. So, good game. Yeah, I was really, really hoping we get that Fighter's Guild recruit, but nope. That's okay though. Something had to end our reign of supremacy. I think it was actually due to those two illusory mimics right at the start. I don't think that's what we wanted in our hand at all. We're up against Ginjin Yusha. They're on Dagoth. They're the patriarch of the tribunal, which is a little bit counterintuitive for the colors that he's running. 88 card deck. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how he does. Okay, it's a decent hand. And I don't feel like I need to play anything yet, but maybe I will. I'm gonna I'm gonna wall off the shadow lane. That way, maybe he'll feel more inclined to play in the field lane, and I can just charge stuff into him. You know what's been really weird to me is I've been uploading videos on YouTube really since I was like 15. I started uploading on YouTube, but I deleted all those videos. So uh, the oldest video on my channel is from like I don't know 4 years ago maybe. Let me take a look. Just go to videos and go all the way to the bottom here. Yeah, 4 years ago. This is stupid. Oh shit! I forgot to press next turn. My bad. Um, it's a stupid video from like 4 years ago that I made when I was just trying to do very basic editing, and then I started uploading clips from like my Xbox game capture stuff and whatever. But there's this one video from Elder Scrolls Online, and it's it's me and a bunch of people in in the zone chat, and we all just started doing like, wow, that was. I need to stop talking and playing at the same time. I did not mean to click that ring. Um, Jesus. Anyway, uh, there's this video. There's a bunch of people in zone chat, and we all started emoting around this one person. And all that I did with the video is I put the scene from Nemo where they're saying shark bait ooh, and that video nobody saw it for like years. Like I think I shared it on Reddit or something to some people that played ESO, but nobody saw that video for actual years. And recently, I don't know what it is, but it's gotten an influx of views, and it is at 770 views. It's so bizarre. Every time I check my analytics, it's like a bunch of people have been watching that video, and I don't get it. It's not a good video. I just refuse to take it down because it's stupid. But it's not a good video. It's very dumb. Anyway, I haven't really been talking about the game. That's because not a whole lot has happened. Firepot spiders, interesting. The Corpus on the Voracious Spriggan was also interesting. Okay. Start breaking some of his runes. Actually, he's at 9 cards. We can get him to 10, and then he'll overdraw his next one, which I'm happy with. He doesn't need an Ancestor's Battle Axe. And let's say he plays something like just 1 card this turn, we can continue beating the runes out of him, just like that. Oh, okay. Well, he played 2. Um, Can I still beat him up, though? Potentially. He had an Ancestor's Battle Axe in his deck. That tells me this might get an item on it. I'm going to Territorial Viper that before things get out of hand. Now we have pretty good presence. Pretty good presence. I almost said premise. Pretty good presence over here in the field lane. Wow. Okay, well he's throwing a lot of stuff at me. For most of it, I'm not too pressed about any of it. I think I'll just do that. Got 11 damage on board. He's got 11 health. And then I've got 7 damage from hand. Wow, okay. That was cool. That was really cool. I don't think I've seen someone play duel atop the world ever, so I will absolutely give him that. I did think it was going to proc onto the Nixox, though. Oh, okay. Give a friendly creature 3/3. It battles your opponent's most powerful. I thought it was your most powerful versus your opponent's most powerful. But that makes more sense. And there's our Mimic. So I think we just play that. Breakthrough, charge, guard. It's the most amount of keywords we've gotten so far. I think we just continue loading up the field lane. Well, alrighty. There's Raz. Well, insta-kill that. Throw Raz down first, see what he had. Blackworm Necrophyte. That was an interesting deck we just played against. Sorry that I was talking about stupid shit for the first minute and a half, but yeah, that was a decent game. It's a good one to play after the last one. Okay, we're up against Captain Beautiful, the Captain. Very fitting title. They're on Warrior. They are on a 65 card deck. I'm going to throw all that back and get a way worse hand in return. Okay. You know, I've always associated lethal in this game with like poison or like assassins or something. So when I see something like Clockwork Scorpion, it's kind of weird to me that it has drain and lethal because it's like a robot almost. So Elder Scrolls is weird. Okay, and it seems like we're up against orcs. I don't know how well we're gonna do against orcs. Orcs are, I won't say they're overpowered, but they're definitely not underpowered. They've got a lot going in their favor. Play the Candle Hearth. I'm not even going to hit anything. It's just a solidly statted guard. that card is really the major thing that I don't like about orcs. I don't even think it makes sense. They're already in the warrior colors, which are pretty strong, I would say. And then they've got, like, the Faran Defender has 4 health already. You're looking at it right there. It doesn't need the extra 2. Most of the orc cards I don't think need the extra 2. Um, okay, well, we're gonna have to just play. We're gonna have to play like this, I guess. I can't Territorial Viper the Faran Defender in good faith. Okay, now I can. It's just a insane guard when it has this banner on it. Yup. Insane guard against our deck, I'll say. It's not like the best guard in the game, but it is definitely stopping us from progressing. Okay. Well, that was fun, I guess. We'll say. Play my Bandari over here. Mhm. See, the problem with this is that even if I get rid of the Wood Orc Headhunter, he's still might just have another one because I there's no way with the Chieftain's Banner that I can ever eliminate every orc on the board. Yeah, it's just not reasonable. So he's definitely out aggroing us here. He's got plenty of damage over there. I'm gonna lay down the Clockwork Scorpion just cuz, and we'll see what he gets. That's okay. I think that'll be fine. Yeah, Wood Orc Headhunter though will be a big issue. Ooh, I like that. There's another Bandari. I used to run the Khajiit that applies poison. I used to run that card. No longer run it, but it was good. I enjoyed it. What could Raz give me from him? I'm not sure actually what Raz would even be capable of giving me. He's got 6 damage, 8 damage. I am gonna really hope that he is unable to increase their damage at all. I just need that to. I need that. um, yeah. I could play. It might be too risky for me to Bandari here, because if I do, that'll drop me to 2 Magicka. I slam both of those into him, then I get a Spoils of War that's 3 cost, so I can activate my ring and get that out. Um, but I don't want to risk the prophecy. Any prophecy that he could have, like the Greystone Ravager here, then I would just instantly die next turn. Even if that is a Greystone Ravager in his hand. Currently, wow. Okay. I guess it wouldn't have mattered. That's too bad. Yeah, I don't find fighting against orcs enjoyable at all. I think they've got way too much going for them. Okay, we'll play up against uh, Wistillo? Wistillo? Or IWS Tillo? I don't know. I don't know how you'd pronounce that. Keep the Bandari. Okay. Well, this is definitely a hand that you won on turn 1, I'd say. opponent is the Archmage. They're on Dominion, and they're at 100 cards. We've got kind of a fat deck. We'll see if we can beat them. And just like before, I feel like there's a very similar opening hand we had. I'm going to play the Bandari and just hope that he can't answer it for a few turns. Okay. Oop. Okay. Now I can play again. Alright, well, that was really all I had to do on my turn. We hit Bandari twice. And he's playing something that's 3 Magicka. Oh, wow. Okay. Well, I have no items in my deck, so that's just gonna stay there and be itself for a little bit. I don't really want him adding keywords onto this. So I'll do that, and then I'll break one of his runes. Break a rune for fun. If he plays anything in the Shadow Lane this turn, we've got an Underworld Vigilante for it, with a ring break. And again, I've said this a few times today, but Shadowmere cannot be affected by anything in his deck because Dominion. Can't be, he can be affected by a lot. He can't be silenced. So we'll see what he's up to. My guy is kind of taking a long time with his turns. I know that I forgot to hit next a few games ago, but that's kind of, I'd say that's out of character for me. Penitus Oculatus. Wow, okay. And I don't really mind that because my guy over here has more damage. He doesn't have the ring. I do. So I'm going to play like someone who has the ring. Not too worried about an Ice Storm at this point. Next turn, we'll have something to worry about. But at this point, nothing's really phasing me about it. If he hits me again with the Penitus, totally fine. Just drops me to 26. He's definitely on... He's on some keyword shit. Which I kind of am too. But we're going about it in very different ways. Okay. I'm just going to take it a little bit slower since we've got these very aggressive cards coming up, and I don't really know what he's necessarily on about. Oh, wrong target, I would say. I would have transformed the Shadowmere. But that's just me. So what do I need to do exactly? I need to hit him for 16 damage after Shadowmere in the next. He's got 7 damage, 24 divided by 7 isn't really a thing, but about 3 or 4 turns I need to deal 17 damage to him without him healing. And he's got this Elixir of Potency, and knowing my luck, he'll probably pull Drain off of it at some point. He's got Ward. Okay. Spoils of War. Yeah, I'll go with the Illusory Mimic. Charge, Drain, Lethal. Hey, that's what I've been going for. Um, you know what sucks, though, is that he's probably going to devour that. No, he can't devour because it's got 5 power. Maybe Penitus Oculatus that. I don't know exactly, but I doubt this is long for the world. Ideally, we redraw Shadow Mirror very soon. So we know that we've got Clockwork Scorpion coming up. He's probably hoping to get ward on that. Hmm. Okay. Double Spoils of War. Man, that is rough. I think we've got to play one of them. Ooh, okay. Awesome. Get rid of this guy. There's the Clockwork Scorpion. Now, he's got a bunch of little crap in the way. I think I hit him with Tazcad next turn. He really just can't be allowed to get Drain. If he gets Drain, then that sets us back quite a bit. I could play Tazcad over in the Shadow lane too, kill the Mournhold Guardian, and deal 5 damage in Breakthrough, which would drop him to 6. He probably wants the Mundus Stone on board when he does that. Okay, Giant Bat is cool. Here's what I think. I think he's got Royal Kinsman or whatever that card is that gives all of his creatures 1 keyword. I think he's got that in hand right now, and he's trying to beat the crap out of me. So, how do I prevent that is the question. I don't know if it can be Tazcat. I could play Giant Bat, eliminate 3 damage, gain 2 health. That'll bring me to 20. Then he'll have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 12 damage. That'll drop me down to 8. Then he'll be above me. So I'd need to hit him for a little bit here. Does that make sense, what I'm trying to say here? I think it does. Although I might be getting too technical about it. Sometimes I feel like the best way to do things is just to hit him right in the face, right? So that's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Plus 5 is 15. That'll drop me to 3. If I hit him... Yeah, okay. No, I'm going to try my original way and see if that works. Hit him in the face. Because I want to make sure that he can't drain. He might have the action too. There's that action in intelligence that gives keywords to all your creatures. So I guess I didn't think about that one. But I think he's got one of those 2 cards in his hand because he has really loaded up the lanes. But then again, maybe not. If I could get another Cliff Racer, that'd be sweet. If I could get really just a Rampaging Battle Rage Orc or a Rampaging Minotaur, that'd be cool. Probably ward up your guard, yeah. Okay. He actually hasn't gotten Drain once, which I'm kind of impressed with. Alright, we should win, assuming no Prophecy Guard. Cool. That was closer than I'd like, but I think it worked out just the way it should have. I don't know if Tazcad just slamming into his face would have been better there, but I think that the giant bat into his shade was the right move to do. Because whatever it was, it had him kind of thinking about his next turn for longer than he should have. So maybe he didn't have a plan. Maybe he was just throwing everything against the wall. I don't really know. Okay, we're up against Darth Bane, 205. I'm not sure if Darth Bane is a real Star Wars character or not. That's kind of the point I'm at with Star Wars. I'll actually keep that because it's kind of a curve, and we have mostly 4-drops in our deck, so or more 4-drops than any other drop in particular, I guess. So higher likelihood of drawing a 4. Or another Illusory Mimic. They're like the Sith, they always come in pairs. It's because we're playing against Darth Bane. If I get a Battle Rage Orc out now, I could get Spoils of War next, if he lets me hit him. Which I think is kind of necessary, given our interesting hand. Okay, Bandari Opportunist kind of changes things. So that's our new turn. Forked Bolt. Wow. You know those 4-drops I was talking about? They just don't want to show up right now. I maybe should have taken that opportunity to have played Spoils of War, but that's okay. Darth Bane is the Immortal, and looks like 2 cards in the discard pile, 1 on the board, 6 in hand. Looks like he's on a 50-card deck. And it looks like he's on Skeletons, too. Skeletons is a relatively weak deck, so I'm just going to beat him up. I'm just going to be a bully. Assuming he doesn't play anything... Oh, never mind. Gets rid of my Bandari for sure. Maybe not for sure. Okay. Not what I would have done, but something you can do. Something you are allowed to do. Charge guard. Cool. Can hit him with the next Illusory Mimic. That'll drop him down to 8. And then it'll be light work from there. Forked Bolt. Staff of Ice. Wow. This guy's on some interesting stuff. I'm going to do what I did in that one game a little while ago. And make him think that I don't have an Illusory Mimic. Keep the Nord Firebrand there. We'll hide our 6 damage from him. I don't mind if he hits me a little bit here with his... Oh, he's on Singleton. Okay. So he's not on Skeletons, he's on Singleton Sorcerer. Which is a fun deck, but this is not how I would have built my Singleton deck. Okay, so now that he's back up to this health total, I feel like I need to do at least something about that. I don't like hiding in the shadow lane, but I also don't like this thing being there. So That's more or less how the play is going to go. Got 8 damage in hand now and a bunch on board. Damn. He's doing a great job at keeping these Morikais up. And that's really the way you kind of have to play Singleton. Get your Morikai, get as much value out of your Morikai as possible. Okay, I don't mind if he gains Magicka at all, really. What I would like is to get another chain going with the Bandari Opportunists like the one that we had before. That'd be a great way to end things off, because I think this is going to be my last match, regardless of what happens. Could be a Lightning Bolt. I'm okay if he... It's not a Lightning Bolt. It's okay. Oh, okay. Do I have... Oh, man. It's really close. Right? It's like super close. So... This was a mistake. I'm going to load up the board. And he doesn't have a Doppelganger anymore. He doesn't have a Knight to Remember. He'll need a Solitaire to get any more value out of these, or a Close Call to get any more value out of these. Okay. I'm trying to think of what shouts you run. You would run Solitaire, you'd run Call Dragon, you'd probably run... what's that neutral one? I can't think of anything today, for some reason. Okay, well, he has to see the problem with these guards he's laid down. Yeah, there's the Close Call. Unfortunately for him, it doesn't really help. There's a Swiftwing Dragon, but we have the cool Swiftwing Dragon. Ooh, just rolled Charge, too. That was a close one. Alright, good game. Well, honestly, I think that kind of sums up the deck. We just got out of the Warrior with it. It's got a damn near perfect win rate. Obviously, I'm in rank 5 right now, but it's only June 3rd, so a lot of people were in rank 5. But this is what the spread looks like. So we lost 2 games. One, two. These were before, but I'll count them. Yeah, won 9 games, lost 2, so that's a pretty damn good win rate, I'd say. Yeah, with that said, I really don't think there's a whole lot more to go over with the list. It's very simple. You could add some stuff of your own. I only have 2 Swiftwing Dragons. I'm thinking about getting rid of the Mundus Stone, maybe putting a 3rd one of those in there, or a 3rd Scorpion or something, just to up the keyword count for Illusory Mimic. The lack of guards in the deck, we have like 3 guards, I think, and then Mimic can kind of be a guard, and Sanctuary Pet sort of works as a guard, but maybe a few more guards in the deck, or I don't know. I mean, if it's not broke, don't fix it. So I think it's actually just a really fun list, and if you're looking to try to climb really quickly, I would highly recommend it. It's one of my favorites. It's a deck. This is Charcher 3, so it's a deck that I've had for a long time. It's gone through many iterations. I used to run that one card, like I said. I think it's, yeah, Skooma Racketeer. I used to run this card, but the problem is it doesn't have a keyword of its own, so it doesn't fit really well with the whole mimic thing that we're trying to do. I need to stop saying so much. But yeah, that's the deck list, and I hope that you guys enjoyed the matches. They were pretty fun to play. I'm going to edit the video pretty soon, though, so it should be on the channel if you were watching live. I appreciate you tuning in, not turning in. I appreciate you tuning in, and I will hope to see you guys on YouTube. So yeah, I'll see you on the other side, and I hope you enjoyed watching. All right, we're up against Skullborn, the true High King. The skull, of course, being the Nord's native to Solstheim. You know what? I've had way worse hands in my life with this deck. I think I'm gonna keep the full strength hand. There's a Viper. So we do have kind of a weird curve here. Yeah, this could work. They're also on Archer. This guy is on a 66 card deck. I don't have some of the cards that you'd normally expect from Archer, like Astrid or Dune Ripper, or that's kind of one of them too. Don't really have any of that stuff going on. Hmm. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna try to rush him. I don't know why, but I'm feeling like that's the way to play this one. If I can just out Archer him. So he might be on some kind of an item Archer thing. Maybe he charges into me with his heavy battle axe next, so it might just become a race, which I'm kind of okay with. Ideally, I would like to shift him into the field lane, because that's where my charge creatures become the most effective. And he's also running kind of a charge list, it would seem. He could, yeah, he could do that. But now we've gotten him in the field lane, so that's good. Kind of running out of steam here, though. I'm going to continue contesting him in the field lane. And you know what? I should have hit him. Oh, I should have hit him. Because I could have made him overdraw again. But maybe he won't realize that he's at 10 cards. If he plays another heavy battle axe, that's... Or not another heavy battle axe, another item. That's fine. Well, you know what we can do now is Cliff Racer him. And yeah, we'll make him overdraw. I'll kill that too, just so that way he can't put the battle axe on there, and he has overdrawn his Viper. So that's good for me. Let's run and Fell the Mighty. Seems like I'm kind of on a similar list to this guy, though. And I don't mind if he hits me, because I need to break some runes of my own to gain a few more cards in my hand, so it's cool with me. Okay, he's going to kill my Cliff Racer, though, instead of hitting me. So maybe he's setting up some strange kind of OTK. Not exactly certain. I will Sanctuary Pet this, and then Minotaur. And we just need to deal 6 damage to him now. So the perfect draw is Tazcad. Might not happen exactly, but that is the perfect draw for us. Okay. Hit him with the Bandari, Fighters Guild. And he might have a completed contract or something to kill this, but we've eliminated his Drain creature. Hopefully that was the only one that he had. And now we just need to rely on... Sorry, I had to burp there. Now we just need to rely on like Battle Rage or Rampaging. I don't know. We need him to hit us, really. But I think he understands like the situation that he's in. There's Elena. I think he understands the situation that he's in, and that he cannot be allowed to hit me. So I'm going to continue playing against him like this, and he might be able to beat me here. You never know. So long as he's not drawing more giant bats, which it looks like that's what he's looking for. Okay, he's taking his time with me. He's still got this heavy battle axe. I'm wondering if it makes more sense to just be full aggro. I think it does. Just with the kind of list that I'm rocking with here. I want to make it as impossible to kill me as I can. Because he knows. Looks like he might be getting ready to hit me. Okay, yeah, he knows that he can't hit me here, and he's kind of got this OTK deck, so he's got 21 over here, 22. And this thing doesn't die to Fell the Mighty, which is kind of what I was talking about earlier. Okay, still can't really kill me. Unless he's got one of those, yep. So now he's at 25. Looks like he's got a way to kill me. Dishnik Y'all Archer. Oh, okay. GG. I'll hit him with my own. So yeah, full aggro, kind of all the time. That's what we're on about with this deck.